This is a HeadGum podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Complete Guide to Everything podcast about everything. I'm one of your hosts, Tom.
I'm Tim.
How are you doing this week, Tim?
Tom, I'm feeling contrite.
Why might that be?
Look,
Uh-huh.
last week we did an episode about the Game Boy.
Yes. Apparently the second time.
Yeah. You assured me. You really wanted to do that. You were like, it's the 35th anniversary of the Game Boy. I think we should, and I think we should do an episode on it. And I said, have we ever done an episode on the Game Boy? You said, I checked. We did not.
Well, and I did check, and we had not, because we did an episode about the Game Boy before, but it was the Game Boy, two separate words. And that's why when I searched for it in the list of episodes, I typed out the whole thing, Game Boy, and nothing came up. And I said, good enough for me.
So we put the episode out, and then days later, somebody's like, I just listened to the episode. And then I went back in my feed and listened to the episode they did for the 30th anniversary of the Game Boy. So,
did they say, were they more or less identical?
I mean, probably not.
Or had we
because,
changed a bunch of facts?
Because like that one didn't cause a big controversy.
Well, what caused the controversy? Tim, really? I couldn't possibly tell. What could have possibly caused the controversy last week?
Some remarks I made.
Yeah.
About video games.
And the types of people who might enjoy them. Or what it might make those people who enjoy them.
Tom, I have a statement I'd like to read.
Okay.
And I'd appreciate it if you don't just like constantly interrupt.
God, I thought this was supposed to be an apology. This is an attack on me.
It's an apology, but then you're going to try to rile me up during the apology, as you always do. Then the apology turns contentious, then I gotta write an apology
Tim,
for the apology.
If I don't try to rile you up while you're reading the apology, people won't take it as an authentic apology. It's my job. Rile you up. See if I can get you mad enough where you go, you know what? I'm not sorry. That's what everybody's looking for.
Tom, I am sorry.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna read the statement, and then please hold your questions for the.
My lawyer will be taking questions.
Last week on the show, The Complete Guide to Everything, I made some comments about video games and video gamers that I deeply regret. These comments do not reflect who I am as a person. And after doing a lot of soul searching this past week, I now understand that I lashed out because I was embarrassed to tell the truth. My truth.
Oh, you're making it about you. Okay.
And the truth is, I'm simply wild about video games. You say Super Mario. I say, give me Morio of these wonderful games.
I mean, this is okay.
You say Metroid. I say, Getroid me more of these wonderful games.
Okay.
You say...
I mean, so far you're showing your gamer bona fides because you know two games.
You say go to the polls. I say Pokemon go to the polls.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I've heard that before.
You see, I love everything about video games, from the water levels of Super Mario Brothers 3 to the minecart madness of Donkey Kong Country. I love it all. I especially love when you turn into the blinking man when you eat a star in Super Mario Brothers 3.
I think he just touches the star.
So in summation, I apologize to all of the video gamers out there, to Mario and Luigi, and the rest of the gang from Super Mario Brothers 3.
Okay, so specifically Mario 3.
And most of all, to me.
Oh, you're apologizing to yourself.
Yeah, for denying my truth for so long.
Oh, okay. So now what happens?
What do you mean?
Now that this...
Well, my statement is not over.
Yeah. Oh, it's not over yet. Okay.
Yeah. Good night. And good luck.
Okay.
Live from New York,
Well,
Saturday night.
No, that last part doesn't make any sense. Actually, the last two parts don't make any sense. I mean, what now? Now that you've taken this tremendous burden off your chest and admitted that you are in fact a gamer.
Yeah, business as usual.
Oh, okay. You're not gonna like start playing video games or anything like that.
No, it's fine. I like them. It's fine.
Well, you said no. I mean, you were saying more than just you like them and it's fine. Tim, I mean, originally...
I'm not going to be all showy about it, Tom. I'm not going to be all dramatic about it.
Originally, you said they were for losers, and now you're saying, get me Mario of these wonderful games. But then, now you're saying you could take them or leave them?
No, I'm not
that
saying
they're fine.
I'm not going to sit here, Tom, and bore you with
No,
all the minutia of my
all.
video. How I'm so wild and crazy about
Do you
video
have
games.
a big collection? Is that what you mean by that?
Yeah, I got them all.
You have them all. You have all the video games.
I collect them all, Tom. This is something that you didn't know about me. When a video game comes out, I'm on it.
Oh, you're right. You collect it.
Yeah.
And
I play them.
Every system. Yeah, all the new ones even.
Yeah.
Wow. That how do you afford that kind of
the money from the Complete Guide to Everything Patreon.
I don't think that's enough money for all those games. And even if it was, where would you put them all?
I buy them digitally.
Okay. Even the old ones, the very old ones.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
I use emulators, Tom. Emulators.
Okay.
You familiar with the concept? As a non-video gamer, I don't think you would understand the concept of emulators the way that a video gamer does.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Dragon's Dogma 2. That's one that I've been playing.
That's one of the new ones that you like a lot.
Pacific Drive.
That's what you were typing on your computer so furiously to remind yourself the name of?
Balatro.
Okay. Yeah, that's like a roguelike.
Yeah.
Do you like roguelike games, Tim?
Tom, get me Mario of those roguelike games. That's what I say.
What's like your favorite?
You know what other game I like? I like Lisfanga, the Time Shift Warrior.
Okay, that one I don't know about.
Yeah, you can only play that on Windows PC.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Wow, all right.
Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden. Games like this. This is what I'm passionate about. How are you doing this week, Tom?
I'm doing good, Tim. Yeah, I've been I have been gaming it up recently. Yeah. I'll admit it. I got
nothing to be ashamed of,
a
Tom.
new Star Wars
Speak your
game.
truth.
And I've been playing that a lot.
Okay.
What do you think about that? Do you think that's cool?
Yeah, I think
to
that's
be
very
playing
cool.
a Star Wars video game?
100%, Tom.
Yeah,
I've been playing that game as well.
You don't think it's twice as nerdy because it's a video game and it's Star Wars?
Yeah,
you
Star
don't think
Wars,
it makes
famously
me a double
for
loser?
nerds.
I mean,
the most successful film franchise of all time.
It used to be for nerds. I think it's still kind of
your
for
words,
nerds.
not mine.
I think it is for nerds because like everybody else stopped going to the movies for Star Wars stuff.
No, now I think it's for kids.
It's always been for kids. Tim, Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, we all love Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, Misa for kids.
Yeah,
that was his famous catchphrase.
We're so as a culture, we are pro the actor that portrays Jar Jar Binks.
Yes.
And pro the actor that portrayed Lil Darth Vader, right?
Yes.
Jake Lloyd.
Yeah, we realize now, I mean, everybody realized except for monsters that like, you don't need to attack an actor, especially a child actor.
Yeah, he was, 7 years old?
Yeah, and also the guy who played Jar Jar, he was like 21 or he was very young at the time. And people didn't like those characters.
He could have been 60. It's like you're an actor and you get cast in the first Star Wars movie in 20 years.
Yeah.
You can be happy about it. It's more like 15 years, I guess, right?
At that point? Yeah, something like who knows?
That's wild, right?
Yeah.
Like Return of the Jedi came out in what, like 83?
I think so.
And yeah, so it's like 16 years, right?
Yeah.
Because 99.
And it seemed like an insane amount of time had passed.
Yeah, could you imagine like that was almost the amount of time between the two Avatar movies.
Yeah. And nobody was waiting outside the theater for that.
Yeah.
Dressed up like one of the Na'vi.
Na'vi, yeah.
Yeah.
Still pissed I didn't go see that movie.
The first one?
No, the new one. Or
Oh.
either of them, but the new one in the 3D IMAX, I
Yeah.
should have done that.
Yeah. Might have made you sick.
I like getting sick.
Might have made no, you didn't let me finish. It might have made you sick of living on Earth.
Hey.
You ever hear about that? Some people have a disease, a mental disease, where they want to live on Na'vi after seeing that movie.
I don't know if that's a disease or if that's
That's how they refer to it. Or a clinical diagnosis.
a disorder.
A disorder.
Yeah.
I remember that being like, I mean, I'm sure it was something that like 20th Century Fox put out as like people love this movie so much that they're depressed. They're not.
Yeah, that they can't
Na'vi.
live inside of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking about peanut butter this week.
We're talking about peanut butter. This was a suggestion from Melanie H on our
Melanie
Patreon.
H. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. And this one you checked. We have not done it before.
Right.
Peanut butter, Tim, where you stand on it?
I gotta tell you.
Don't stand on it. You'll grind it into the carpet.
Well, what if it's not the carpet? What if it's a hardwood floor?
Well, I mean, that might be good for it. The oils.
I think the oils would probably be good for it.
Yeah. All right, go for it.
Obviously, Tom, I am pro peanut butter. How about you?
I think peanut butter might be one of my favorite foods, Tim.
Look, I know I said some regrettable things last week. No, you know what? I'm not even going to say it. Remember how I called gamers piece of shit dummies last week?
I actually don't remember that specific phrasing. I just remember you called them losers, not piece of shit dummies. Jesus.
I was going to say that people that don't like peanut butter follow that.
Are also
But-
piece of shit dummies.
But I don't believe that because there are people with severe peanut allergies.
I was
and they're
gonna
not
say
piece of shit dummies at all.
there's some gamer with a peanut allergy, Tim, that's writing your name on a list right
But
now.
if you can physically eat peanut butter, but you choose not to,
Yeah.
come on, man, grow up. Eat some peanut butter already.
Very popular. I always thought it was the most popular in America, and it is very popular in America.
The most popular, just thing?
That like of all the places in the world, peanut butter was the most popular in America.
Okay, yeah.
Is another way I would put it. But I'm trying to find it here in my notes.
Strong start to the peanut butter segment.
We're not. I think it's like Canada and Norway are actually people eat more peanut butter there, like per capita,
Okay.
than.
But like by volume, we probably eat the most peanut butter.
No, I think this. Oh yeah, because there are more people.
There's more people, and we have bigger serving sizes here.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. Right back to America. We're number one.
We're number one, baby.
Tim, I was looking up for some peanut butter facts. I gotta be honest, it's hard to find neutral sources on this kind of stuff.
It's biased reporting.
Because I got a bunch of good sounding facts, but who knows if they're true because they're by
from
the peanut butter board.
Oh, I was going to say the peanut butter council, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then I was like, well, let me get a second opinion. Well, second result, I love peanutbutter.com.
Well, okay. You know who sits on the peanut butter board?
Who?
Franklin Jiff.
Franklin. I thought you were going to say Mr. Peanut.
Mr. Peanut.
Right. Peanut butter board sounds like an appetizer or something.
Man, a
Like-
high-end peanut butter
a
restaurant.
a nice like they
peanut
bring out
butter
a
two ways, and it's smooth and chunky.
yeah, like they bring out cheese boards. Why not a peanut butter board?
Because there's not that. Well, I guess we can get into it, but there's a lot of varieties of peanut butter these days.
There are, but I was looking at some of them, and they're kind of bullshit. You know, I'm Tim. You know me. I'm a sucker for marketing. I'm a sucker for limited edition flavors.
Right.
But I think peanut butter is one of those things where I've had a few novelty peanut butters in my day, and none of them have really done the trick for me. What
type are you talking about?
I'm looking at different flavors. There's the Peanut Butter Company. That's
the one that has like, hey, we're going to put some flavorings in there.
Yeah. I remember actually having a chocolate one from them that was pretty good.
Huh.
But it was also kind of like, you know what? I could also just get peanut butter and Nutella and do this on my own. I don't need a man at the I'm not going through enough peanut butter mixed with chocolate that I need the man at the factory to do it for me.
Well, some people are going through a lot of that. Tom, let's just get this out of the way up top. I know we like to hold this generally to the end. What is your go-to peanut butter brand and style? Like, what is
okay?
Like, are you someone like me?
Yeah.
Who like, okay, the peanut butter like is eaten so frequently that like every couple trips to the grocery store for the big shop, I gotta get it. What are you reaching for?
I'm pretty exclusive, Tim, on Chunky Natural.
Chunky Natural? No, I'm not talking about your searches.
No, yeah, still Chunky Natural for this one too.
Are we gonna cut that joke out?
No, it's fine. No, Chunky Natural. That's what I like.
All right.
Whether it's a search on my favorite search engine or peanut butter.
Chunky but is there a brand?
There's not a brand because honestly, if they're doing it right, there should really be nothing in it except peanuts.
Right.
It just ground up peanuts.
Yeah, but like if you have the choice between Planters and like
I'll say
dog
actually,
shit brand peanuts. Like
I'm not gonna get
you're gonna
dog
eat
shit
it. Like
brand.
there's definite like degrees of good peanuts, right?
I think I often get the Smucker's natural chunky peanut butter just because that is like the one that is most frequently in stock that is not outrageously priced.
Yeah, peanut butter, man. Sometimes you're like, this looks interesting. Like maybe I'll try this brand. And it's like $23.
Yeah.
What?
Is there diamonds in it?
Have we talked about this? Have we not done a peanut butter episode? I feel like there's just so much disparity between like you could
peanut
get
butter prices.
Yeah, you could bet like smooth peanut butter for $1.99.
Yeah.
And then the same size will be smooth peanut butter for $43.
Yeah. I will say I also often get like the store brand natural peanut butter. I forget what it is. For that same reason. Like the only thing I really look for is I check the ingredients if it's not a brand familiar with to make sure it's just like peanuts and salt.
Yeah.
Because it's like the oil, especially the like mass produced, like the Jif and the
Skippies of the world.
Skippy and Peter Pan peanut butter of the world. Like they're adding oil to it to make it like more shelf stable, so you don't have to stir it.
And more delicious.
Yeah, and
they're adding sugar too.
Yeah,
right?
sugar as well. So like they're making it taste better, but if you don't do that, then peanut butter is actually like not bad for you.
Yeah. It's peanuts.
But then when you add all that,
chew it up and spit out.
Yeah, just chew it up and spit it into the can. You don't have to go through all this nonsense adding stuff. But when you add all that stuff, that's what can like make peanut butter bad for you.
You want to know what a good brand that I found for natural peanut butter, Tom?
What's that?
And it's cost effective. Teddy.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen that.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's natural peanut butter, Tom. And like it caps out at like $4.99.
Wow.
It's great. Yeah.
Are you a chunky or smooth?
We had this conversation.
We did
recently.
have this conversation recently.
Look, I've been a smooth man pretty much my whole life, Tom. And after that conversation, I was like, I eat a lot of peanut butter sandwiches. And I like a lot of different textures in my, and like a peanut butter.
A lot of different textures?
Yeah, I like a variety of textures.
In one sandwich, a variety?
Yeah. So do you, Tom?
Yeah, I guess I do. I'm just thinking like, I mean, in my mind, the other texture I went to was sand.
Tom,
It's like, see, like
picture
the
you're
chunky,
building.
the
Picture
chunky
you're
beef-
building a turkey sandwich, right?
Uh-huh.
You're getting bread. That's generally soft. You're getting turkey, which is slimy. That's a good texture, right?
Yeah.
You're getting lettuce, which is crispy, crunchy.
Wet.
Yeah, and wet. Tomato, which is squishy and wet,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
And then you got like the
And then
condiments.
yeah, and then a little
Sand, a little
in
bit of
there
sand for grit.
Yeah, for a different texture altogether.
So we all like, and what I was thinking is, yeah, peanut butter sandwich, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, peanut butter jelly bread. That's all mushy.
Yeah.
But if I can add some crunch,
Yeah.
I bought some Teddy brand chunky, Tom, after our conversation,
Yeah.
and I'm on my second jar of it since our
Wow.
And guess what? We keep chunky and smooth in the house because I use smooth in my smoothies.
Oh, good thinking.
That's where we get the name.
Saves you on the
I guess I
electricity
eat a
bill.
lot of peanut butter, Tom.
You don't have to run the blender as long if the peanut butter is already
It's
smooth.
pre-smooth, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I
it
could put chunky in there. Breaks down. I could put peanuts in there. Maybe I just report
yeah, hey,
peanuts in
cut
there.
out the middleman. Tim, women and children prefer creamy peanut butter, while most men opt for chunky. So welcome to being a man,
Wow, Tom.
finally.
I don't generally subscribe to such gender norms.
Well, I'm just telling you that this is what the peanut board's telling me, the peanut butter board.
Yeah.
Um,
You know what that tells me?
what? But well, I have another. Okay, go ahead.
That tells me like they need to move some chunky, and like they're just trying to make
Yeah, the
men feel emasculated for eating smooth.
Yeah, the
And I
chunky's
think
got to
they're
be
also,
cheaper
like-
for them to make, so they're like, we gotta start moving this
And they're
stuff.
also,
The margins
like-
are better.
You know what? We can't like every household
hmm
shouldn't just have one jar of peanut butter. We should have his and hers.
Yeah, there should be peanut butter for the women and children of the house,
Yeah.
and then the man's peanut butter.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And it worked. I mean, I guess I'm both man and woman, Tom.
yeah. Well, I was going to say another possible explanation for it, Tim, is that people living on the East Coast prefer creamy, while people on the West Coast prefer chunky. Not all, mind you. This is not 100%.
Tom,
Mm-hmm.
are you like me? Do you feel like that would be flipped?
Yeah, I would have thought that
Well,
East Coast would be
I'm only thinking like
chunky.
East Coast, like I'm thinking like northern, like New England.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not the South.
right. Because like like I feel like it's like
Not the
they're-
South where
they're
they
like,
grow peanuts.
They're like proud of the winters here are brutal.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like they'd be like, and our peanut butter tastes like it has rocks in it. You know, and they'd be
And
like,
they don't even
proud-
grind it all away.
Yeah, and then like in California, I feel like they'd be like, "Hey man, I'm just gonna go catch some waves, and it's gonna be real smooth, slick peanut butter out there, buddy." You know what I mean?
No, not really.
You know what I mean?
So you think they would? You're just kind of like extrapolating.
It's like a carefree
it.
attitude. It's
right.
like I don't need to chew,
yeah,
chunks.
You thought they would prefer creamy peanut butter because of the waves.
No, the waves are emblematic of the whole lifestyle, Tom.
Oh, okay. I'm not 100% sure I follow.
yeah,
but,
you follow.
Tim,
got
let me tell you some other facts from the peanut butter board here. By law,
Okay.
under penalty of execution,
Okay.
any product labeled peanut butter in the United States must be at least 90% peanuts.
That's a good law.
Yeah, I honestly bump it up a little bit. 95%.
Again, Tom, you don't want to drive the good people at the peanut butter company out of business.
You're gonna say drive them crazy.
Or drive these
We
guys
got
batty.
up the peanuts again. Were you? First, we had to open up the second factory for the junkie.
Who passed that law? Jimmy Carter.
I don't know, Tim, but I can tell you this: he's one of two former presidents that were peanut farmers. Do you know the other one?
Nixon.
No, wouldn't that be weird if there were like two in a row,
Yeah.
or not in a row, but close enough?
Ford?
No,
I
it was
should have known. Taft.
no,
Washington.
It was Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Yeah,
Huh.
Thomas Jefferson was also.
That sounds like a
peanut.
lie.
Why would they make that up? I think he had like a few.
Why would they make anything up about the founding fathers? They make up
I
so
don't
many
know.
things about the founding fathers.
Okay, well, I don't think they made this one up. I mean, and if they did, then okay. just
Washington
Jimmy
chopped
Carter.
down a cherry tree and then said, "I cannot tell a lie." And by the way, what does that
Yeah,
prove?
but that was like about him being a little kid.
Yeah, but it was
And,
a
well,
lie.
it was to prove that he can't tell a lie.
But the whole thing was a lie.
And what does that teach you?
And why did he chop down the cherry tree? A good little boy wouldn't have chopped down the cherry tree to begin with.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do cherries grow on trees?
Yeah, cherry trees.
They don't grow underground like potatoes?
Or peanuts. Did you know peanuts grow underground?
Yeah.
You didn't.
What
You
gave me away?
paused too long.
My eyes shifted around. Yeah, of course I know that, Tom. Where else would they grow?
You started wetting your pants when I said that.
That
I
was
knew
for
that.
unrelated reasons, Tom.
Tim, I mean, I can't do it right now, but maybe during the break, I'll show you a picture of a peanut plant. You're gonna be like, you made that up. That's not what they look like.
Is it one of these things where, like, sometimes you see how food grows and you're like, why do we even bother? This seems like so much work to get this out.
It's kind of one of those things. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not too far away from that. But it is a rare plant in that the flowers are above ground, but the fruit essentially is below ground.
Huh.
The like body of the actual plant. You know, and it's in peanut shells.
Yeah.
And those peanut shells, they're just kind of in the dirt like potatoes. And then we pull them out.
Peanuts, Tom,
Mm-hmm.
too much trouble as a snack, right?
Yeah, but that's what makes them great at like the circus or a baseball game.
You know, people say that.
Because it gives
but-
you something to do with your hands. And don't you like just throwing stuff on the ground?
No, that stresses me out.
It stresses
actually.
you out.
I
No,
hate
it's fine. It's like, I mean, I hate
Someone's got
littering.
to clean that up.
Yeah, that's the good part.
Not you.
Yeah, not me.
Would
And it's
you-
accepted.
Would
If
you
I-
throw them on the ground at the baseball stadium if before you left they were like, okay, and we're gonna hand you everybody is
No, I
meant
would
to
just put them in a bag or whatever then.
Yeah, so
and it
then
wouldn't be
what-
as much fun.
Yeah.
But probably wouldn't buy them at a ballpark if they said like, "Hey, you can't do that."
It's less the
But-
shell for me.
Mhm.
It's the paper. I hate the paper around the thing.
Oh, around the like peanut,
Yeah.
like the little skin.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. I like the skin. You can give me your skins. I'll eat them.
You eat them?
Yeah, just save them all for me.
Yeah.
Throw the shell on the ground, put the skins in a bag, and I'll eat them.
Okay. Well, and I'll throw the peanut on the ground too.
Nah, you can eat. You eat.
I
the peanut.
don't want to eat the peanut.
Tim, according to I won't tell you the source yet.
The peanut butter board.
No, it is according to a 2016 survey by Peter Pan Simply Ground Peanut Butter. So not just the company, like
The product.
a specific product did this survey. The average person will eat almost 3,000 peanut butter and jellies in their lifetime. Does that sound right to you?
I'm probably going to go higher for myself.
I mean, that would be if you lived 100 years, you would have 30 a year,
Okay.
which is what, 2 a month, 2.5 a month? Yeah, they're saying the average adult eats a peanut butter and jelly sandwich 3 times a month. That's got to be like, there are some people eating it for
Like
every
me, I'm
meal.
up in the average here.
Yeah, you're dragging it up for everybody else.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Also, children. Right? How often did you have a peanut butter and jelly
Well, no,
sandwich?
this is adults they're talking
Oh,
about.
adults?
Yeah. I mean, I guess over the course of your lifetime, 3,000, they're including children, but
Yeah.
the average adult eats a PB&J 3 times a month.
Well, that math doesn't add up.
Well, they're saying 3 times a month as an adult, but then when you're a kid, I guess longer. So then, the average
When are you
age
into
is
that?
like
Let's crunch
80.
some numbers here. So 3 a month is 36 a year.
Yes.
Okay. That I did not need my calculator for.
Wow. Look at this guy, the human
So,
calculator.
The average, let's say 80,
Uh-huh.
right? We're saying someone, let's say 80.
80 years, yeah.
So, and you become an adult at 18, we're saying, for
That's
the
what
sake
the
of it?
law says.
So 62, you know the age of consent laws, at least in
Well,
New
I
York
was going
very
to
well.
say, yeah.
Or you know them for every state.
Well, you always bring that chart around with you that you have to consult.
Okay, so 62 years and 36 sandwiches a year is 2,232 sandwiches.
Yeah, all right. So then when you're a kid, you're making up that extra 800 sandwiches or so.
Yeah, but like
So what? But that's probably not that much more. That's what, maybe like
that's 44 a
6,
year.
40. Yeah, all right. There you go.
So still like 3.7. So
Yeah.
let's round up to 4.
Yeah, there you go.
4 a month. Every kid I know is
So
eating more
you're-
than 4
you're
sandwiches a
saying-
month.
You're
But I guess a zero, like an infant, isn't eating any
right,
sandwiches.
and kids that are allergic to peanuts aren't eating any sandwiches.
Yeah. Well, I don't think the Peter Pan
Company.
recognizes them as people.
Right. Yeah. So you're saying
They're like, you people make me sick.
and then they say your product makes us sick.
Yeah.
And it's nothing personal.
It makes
Peter
me
Pan.
sick that I do have a personal thing against Peter Pan, the character.
What about
What
him?
a shitty character. He's so
Yeah.
egotistical. Don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, he's not necessarily like Wendy is the hero of that story. It's not necessarily Peter.
I don't even know who
I don't even know who that is.
Wendy.
No, I said Peter Pan.
I saw a production of Peter Pan, Tom.
Oh yeah,
Recently.
you told me about this. Yeah,
It was good.
Child production.
Yeah, it was good. The story of Peter Pan is confounding.
Well, Tim, it was a bunch of kids putting this on. They may have been skipping lines and stuff.
They definitely did skip scenes because I was like, well, that person was like is now captured by the pirate. I didn't see them get captured by the pirates. Whatever. A lot happened. It was like No Country for Old Men.
Right, a lot happens off screen. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, wait, that was the guy in the pool.
Yeah.
You gotta be paying attention.
Gotta be paying attention. That's what
Yeah.
these kids were telling me. I was zoning out.
Yeah.
Tom, the story makes no sense.
The story, well, it's not like based on a true story or anything.
People's motivations don't make any sense.
Well, whose motivations don't make sense?
Peter Pan,
He
Wendy,
doesn't want to grow up.
the Lost Boys.
Wendy doesn't want to grow up either.
She kind of does though.
Yeah, and that's kind of her character struggle.
You don't know any. You're arguing
I
me
know
on
so
this.
much about the Darling family.
We're talking. Clarissa Explains It All now.
No, Wendy Darling. That's her name.
Okay.
Michael and John are
Yeah.
her brothers.
Yeah,
See,
wow.
Tim, I'm a real Peter Pan head.
Yeah. Are you a real Peter Pan head?
I watched it a ton as a kid, so
Yeah.
I think it's really stuck in my head.
Shows in your biases.
But yeah, so those numbers are from.
That's one of the movies that Disney has an unskippable disclaimer when you try to watch it
really?
on Disney Plus.
And what does it say?
It's just like at the
the
time, depictions of certain people were
pirates.
fine.
The Huffington Post, Tim, in 2014 asked, "What makes the best peanut butter and jelly sandwich?" And they asked this in regard to the type of jelly, bread, and peanut butter, smooth or creamy.
Okay.
What do you think was the most popular type of jelly?
I think they're going to say grape.
It was strawberry.
Strawberry.
But only by a little. 36% said strawberry, 31% said grape.
Okay. What are you?
I think I'm a strawberry guy.
Really? Yeah.
But I don't mind a grape either.
I like a raspberry.
Yeah.
Raspberry
I'll kind of get whatever they got.
It's all the same to me. Like I'm never
it's
like
mostly just like sugar.
Yeah, I don't necessarily I'm not discriminating at all. It's not like if somebody asked me like we have all the jellies you can think of. I'm going to make you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. What do you prefer? I'd be like, whatever's easiest.
Blackberries.
Blackberry jam's good.
Boysenberry.
What is the difference between jelly and jam?
Maybe sugar.
Jelly has like gelatin in it or something.
Yeah,
right?
maybe something like
Jam
that. I feel like
just-
jam isn't as processed.
Yeah,
Like jam's a little chunkier a lot of times.
yeah.
Of course, most people said their favorite bread is white bread with a PB&J 54%. I rarely eat white bread. I never
Same.
buy it.
Same.
I like grainy bread. The grainier, the better.
I like grainy bread, but sometimes for PB&J, I just want a real mush fest.
Yeah.
I'll use the smooth peanut butter, whatever jam is there, and potato bread.
Oh yeah. Well, that's
I'm a
that's
potato bread head.
That's the mushiest bread there is. And then you dip the whole thing in water.
Yeah. I'm usually eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches competitively.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, did I not mention that?
No,
it's
no.
Yeah, it's usually in some sort of cutthroat competition.
Well, Tim, since you brought it up, I want to talk about some of the world records around peanut butter.
Okay.
There is a famous record breaker, Andre.
The Giant?
No.
I bet he ate a lot of
Ortolf.
He drank 100 beers in one sitting. One time.
Something like that. Andre Ortolf ate almost an entire jar's worth of peanut butter in 1 minute.
What?
Yeah, he is known.
Did he die from it?
No, he's known for being a bit of a record-breaking pro. He consumed 376 grams of the thick, sticky peanut butter in 1 minute. He also has the record for most baby food eaten in 1 minute. 2 pounds, a little over 2 pounds worth of baby food.
I think I could do that.
And then he also has, Tim, not one, but 2 different records here. He holds the record for most mustard drunk in 30 seconds and fastest time to drink 200 milliliters of mustard, 15.69 seconds. Yeah, he likes breaking records, apparently.
He ate a jar of peanut butter in 1 minute.
Yeah.
Does it start out in the jar?
What do you mean? Does it start out in the? Oh,
Are
does
the
he have to
contents
scoop it out?
emptied into like a big bowl? Because that makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, I mean,
You have to scoop it.
or even if it's like a wide jar, like that's something I like about the Smuckers that I get. It's got a nice wide jar, nice wide mouth.
Yeah,
really
you
get
have
in
a
there.
wide mouth. Yeah, I feel like I could like if you put a jar's worth of peanut butter just in my hand, just glopped it on there. I feel like I could eat that in 2 minutes.
No, because it would
I'd
be
shave my
all
beard
over
first.
It'd be all over the place. Yeah, and I don't know if he could like drink water during that, because that's also
That's got to be like, what was that? The cinnamon challenge. Like if you can't drink water during it, like
Yeah, I don't know
you're
if
just
he'd
gonna
be able to do
you're
it.
just gonna seize up.
You're just gonna choke on peanut butter.
Yeah, it's gonna fill up like every hole in your head.
Also, a recent record, Tim, the furthest thrown peanut. It was by a guy,
Save it for the peanut episode.
CG Suwa, in Chiba Prefecture, which is the largest producer of peanuts in Japan. And the challengers wanted to attempt a related record to a locally produced product. He threw a peanut 124.4 feet in late November this past year.
Congratulations. I do have to say, I do not recognize world records.
Do you think you get, I mean, that's about half a football field.
Okay.
I think I could throw a peanut It would depend on the peanut. You get a good peanut though, and I think you can
That's
really
so
let her
peanut
rip.
dependent, Tom.
Yeah.
And like half the guys out there, I'd say 80% of the guys out there throwing peanuts aren't even thinking about, is this going to be a world record?
Yeah.
So like how many peanuts are thrown that, have exceeded that, but nobody's looking at grandstand about it. They're just doing it for the love of.
I also saw a picture of the peanut, Tim, and it was like a single nut peanut. Like a nice little, looks like a little baseball.
Oh, it was de-shelled?
No, it was in the shell, but sometimes you get just one in a shell.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So that had to have made it easier too.
And also, like, if you're calling Guinness to observe this.
I mean, at least for this, it was like to promote, the local industry or whatever. That I get. The guy, this other guy who's just eating a jar of peanut butter and baby food.
Well, that's cool.
I feel like that's just okay.
Sometimes people are just chucking peanuts because they like to chuck peanuts.
Yeah.
Nobody's being like, I'm going to eat a whole jar of peanut butter in a minute without trying to grab the glory for it. That's not just a thing that you do.
I think some people maybe not for
like
speed.
If you're eating a jar of peanut butter in a minute,
mm-hmm.
You're at the very least going to somebody and going, watch this before you do it. You might not be calling the Guinness.
Watch this
judge.
In case I start choking to death. Please watch this and help me if I need it. Call an ambulance.
So the Guinness Book of World Records, Tom, they put it in every school library in America.
Yeah.
But if a kid tried to eat that much peanut butter that quickly in the cafeteria, they'd send him home.
Yeah. They even have peanut butter in the cafeterias now with
role models. Probably not. My son goes to a nut-free daycare.
Yeah, but they still let his dad in.
Yeah, okay, that's the wholesome joke I was looking for.
Well, speaking of unwholesome things, do you have feelings about other nut butters?
You know what, Tom?
What?
It's all the freaking same to me. I was an almond butter guy for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this just tastes like peanut butter.
Yeah,
peanut
it's
butter
more expensive.
Cheaper.
Yeah.
I like almonds better than I like peanuts. Like if as a snack.
Yeah, I think I like both.
I like them both, but
Yeah.
I prefer an almond.
Yeah, an almond is more substantial, right?
It's bigger.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, okay.
There are too many butters nowadays.
Who cares?
You got butter, regular butter.
Yeah, what? You dislike butter now?
You got these nut butters.
Okay.
Apple butter.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had apple butter, but it is intriguing to me.
Body butter.
What's body butter?
It's like a moisturizer.
Oh, I thought it was like butter made from a body.
Oh, interesting that's where can I get some of that?
No, I said
Do I have to post on Craigslist to trick somebody into letting me make them into that?
Tom, do you remember when you said that? And I said, ew.
Butternut squash.
Yeah. You have these written down.
Yeah, I have them all written down.
Okay.
Apple butter. I looked up apple butter. Apple butter is just like, when you're making applesauce, just keep it going. Keep it going, and that turns into nut butter.
It's not nut butter. It's apple butter.
It turns into apple butter.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe if you keep cooking it, it'll turn into nut butter.
There's that cookie butter that they have at Trader Joe's. I haven't had that either.
You haven't had that?
No.
That's the best.
Yeah, I know. I can't, because they don't do free samples.
Right.
So I've never sampled it there.
Mm-hmm.
I can't have a jar of that in my home.
No, I think
I'll eat it in one night.
I had a jar.
I'll be like that freaking guy. I wouldn't even be trying to
break a record.
I'd be trying to not break a record. I'd
Yeah.
be like, can I eat this slower? And I'd be like, no.
I think I've bought a jar of that once, and it was gone so quickly that I was like, yeah, I can't buy this again. It's delicious. It's so good. But I mean, it's like Nutella. Like, it's not an actual, it's a dessert. You can't make a non-dessert sandwich out of it.
Right.
But there should be more dessert sandwiches.
This is interesting, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Do you consider peanut butter a sweet or savory food?
It's savory because it's salty.
Yeah, but I feel like it gets this sweet rap, right?
Well, it goes very well with sweet things.
You got like peanut butter in Reese's peanut butter cups, right?
Yeah. Well, peanut butter and chocolate.
Peanut butter and chocolate.
Hey, has anybody ever come
together.
up with a better combination than that?
No. I was just trying to think of.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it gets paired with sweet things a lot. I put it on ice cream a lot. That's what I like. That's my favorite thing to do with it. They call peanuts ground nuts or ground peas.
You know what? You ever get the peanut butter sauce for ice cream topping?
I've seen it at the store, but I've never bought it.
Tom?
Yeah.
It's just like the stuff at Friendly's on those. Yeah.
So it's just like a more sugary peanut butter.
Yeah. And a little bit like.
Drippier.
Yeah.
Viscous.
Less viscous.
Less viscous or more viscous?
Less viscous.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Huh. So water is not viscous?
No. The viscosity of gel is higher.
Wow.
I think.
I mean,
now I'm not even sure viscous is a word anymore.
I'm not even. Yeah, I don't know if it even has anything to do with what you're talking about. To be completely honest with you.
Okay. Viscous. Okay, we're gonna do this slowly. Having relatively high resistance to flow.
Okay.
So it is flow resistant.
Yes. So peanut butter is very viscous.
Right.
But then water is not.
Adhesive or sticky and having a ropey or glutinous consistency.
Okay. Interesting. Guess you learn something every day. Tim, the average, I was talking about how...
I knew that. I didn't just learn it.
Remember I was telling you about how much peanut butter Americans eat?
Mm-hmm.
You want to know how much peanut butter the average European eats a year?
Is it? It's less. I know that. Unless we're talking about Norway.
No. Or maybe we're including Norway, but it's all of Europe. Again, this is from the Peanut Butter Board.
But Tom, remember what you were saying before is that per capita Norwegians eat more than anybody on Earth.
Yes, but now I'm talking about so
they're bringing up the average.
Yeah,
for
but now
Europe,
we're
but it's still
up,
going to be below, even with Norway.
Yes,
skewing things.
Yeah,
Europe as a whole is going to be less than the U.S.
Yes, this for the average European for an entire year. How much do they eat?
Peanut butter, like
peanut butter.
No. What is the metric?
Peanut butter.
What is the metric? We did peanut butter.
You can give any metric.
No, we did number of peanut butter sandwiches for the U.S. Is that what I'm
saying?
doing?
No, I'm saying just peanut butter total,
like
in everything.
Pounds.
Whatever metric you want to use.
Jesus Christ! I mean, what are you going to give me?
If it's in Europe, you're going to have to use kilograms.
What is the number you have?
It will give it away if I tell you the number or the metric that I'm using. Just give me
the average or in total.
Average
per capita
per year per capita.
Yeah. Okay, Tom. The thing
just give me a ballpark. How much do you think they eat? You're not going to believe it.
This is the thing, Tom, with you. You act like everyone else is an idiot when they're just asking questions.
I've given you answer. I'm saying just throw a number out there.
How much does the average European eat in a year?
In a year.
I wasn't sure if it was like how much
of peanut butter.
A thimble's worth.
Pretty close, Tim. Less than 1 tablespoon.
What?
Yeah. So
what
I would say that is a
eating over there.
I can't believe you got that. Yeah, about a thimble's worth.
See, this is why I asked all those questions, Tom.
Yeah, I mean,
because I'm taking it seriously.
Because I think a thimble's smaller than a tablespoon.
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
but like not much.
Yeah,
smaller.
Yeah.
Huh.
You should write into the Peanut Butter Board.
And
suggest maybe they change this to say a thimble.
I should write in and be like, I should be the chair.
Yeah, or at least in charge of measurements and stuff. But yeah, less than a tablespoon. So nothing, which means that's got to mean like the majority of Europeans aren't eating any peanut butter all year.
What do they do? Do they not have Halloween? They don't have Halloween.
No, I mean like now it's becoming a bigger thing over there, but I think that's just because like the internet and
because
culture
one of
is
those
spreading more.
One of those little Reese's peanut, the foil wrap.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
That's your yearly allotment. What a sad existence.
I mean, I've seen a lot of pictures in other countries where in the supermarket they'll maybe have an American section. And they'll have like, Lucky Charms and marshmallows and all the bullshit we eat, every night for dinner. And that's usually where they'll have like, I'm not sure if that's like the only place you can get the peanut butter or if it's just because they'll have like Jif. They'll have, the most popular American peanut butter. But yeah, a lot of countries, Tim, they're not
what are they eating?
I don't know. Not peanut butter. Sun butter?
You know what sun butter is?
What?
Sunflower seeds.
I thought you were going to say, like, do you know what sun butter is? And I was going to say no. And you were going to say, sun butter, stop me.
Oh, that would be. Can we retake it?
No.
It's a good alternative to nut butters, Tom.
Sun butter. Oh,
sunflower.
Butter. Yeah, I've had sunflower seed butter.
Yeah, it's super expensive, but you can like send it to school with your kid.
Okay.
Other kids aren't going to be.
Yeah, I guess it's like a different. Well,
it's a seed.
Yeah, and
not a legume.
Yeah, peanuts are legumes.
But other nuts aren't legumes.
Yeah, like
nuts.
Almond butter. Could you do like? Would that be all right?
No.
No. Okay.
Nut free.
Oh, so it's nuts.
It's nuts.
Seeds are all right.
Yeah.
All seeds?
I don't know. Bird seed? I guess.
Bird seed.
What?
What the hell is bird seed?
Seed made from birds?
Right, it's got to be something. I always just kind of thought they were sesame seeds, to be honest with you, but I never...
What is bird seed? Did you know?
Never had the nerve to try it.
That, we were looking this up yesterday. I think in a teaspoon of sesame seeds is a gram of protein.
Wow.
Yeah. Just grind up a bunch of sesame seeds.
Yeah. You can grind up a bunch of poppy seeds and inject it. It'll make you feel good. Did you know that?
Yeah. Checked in it. Pretty much anything will make you feel good. Sunflower seeds.
Former President Bill Clinton says one of his favorite sandwiches is peanut butter and banana, which is also reported to have been the favorite of Elvis the King Presley.
Yeah, but Elvis also liked to put like bacon.
Bacon and honey were how I always heard it, and that he would like hollow out an entire loaf of bread to make that. Which, to be fair, that sounds even better.
Yeah, there was a peanut
butter and banana is a good combo.
Of course.
Yeah.
Hey, tell that to my smoothies. They'll agree.
Okay.
They'll be like, that's what I am.
They talk?
Yeah.
Oh,
Talking smoothies. Yeah.
I don't know about
it's
that.
It's like
That's
a
weird.
Muppet situation.
What do you mean? It's a Muppet situation.
You know, like all the fruits and vegetables on the Muppets.
Oh, yeah.
Like, hey,
okay, that's the kind of fruits and vegetables you get.
Yeah.
All right, well, it seems...
A jar of peanut butter, too. Yeah, that's what I meant by a Muppet situation. How did you not just know that?
But then even after they're mashed up, they can still speak?
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
okay.
It becomes a new thing. Now the blender.
Talking smoothie. Yeah, talking blender.
You know what I really can't stand?
What's that?
When there's
God, you're going to have some very specific Muppet
No, it's
complaint.
not. No, it's more of when people complain about, stuff like that, like Muppets or like Toy Story, like,
oh, yeah.
Well, actually, like, okay, so if there is a talking smoothie,
yeah, then what does this mean?
Yeah, then like, what about the grape that went into the smoothie? Did that die, and is that a new thing? Whose soul is in the smoothie?
We're all
if
the
everything
people in the Cars universe.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's for kids. Shut up.
What do you think?
There was a peanut butter sandwich restaurant in New York. Oh, It was Peanut Butter and Company.
Yeah, I've been there. I've had a peanut butter sandwich from there.
My freshman year of college, like we were like, let's go to the peanut butter. And I think it was before they like expanded into like having
like a national brand.
Yeah, and having like peanut butters in supermarkets, right? Like it was like a restaurant, and they had an Elvis sandwich, and I think
that's what I got.
I think I was thinking of getting it, and then being like, you know what, I don't need all that.
George Washington Carver, frequently credited as the inventor of peanut butter. Apparently not the inventor of peanut butter.
Never understood the whole George Washington. They were like, hey, everybody, it's Black History Month now. And then they're like, here's Martin Luther King, and we're going to show you this one speech, and like, don't look into like any of the
and he was just always a good guy and didn't want anybody to ever do anything bad.
No. You're no.
That's not what I mean. Like people just say like, oh, he it's like, no. You have to always be nice and like not confrontational. Like
he never questioned authority or anything.
Yeah,
he just one time he came out and said, we should all be friends. And everybody's like, yeah, you're right.
And that's what whenever there's like any kind of like protests or anything, people are always like, what would Martin Luther King think of this? When, there's like a problem.
It was like he would have been leading this protest.
Yeah, he would have been there. George Washington Carver.
Yeah, and then they'd be like, and the other guy we're going to learn about is George Washington Carver. Did you know he came up with 100 things to do with the peanut? Yeah. All right, that's it for Black History Month. And we were all like, what? Okay.
He was actually, he
like
had...
two guys. Oh, and Jackie Robinson, too. Yeah. He played baseball.
So he...
Not a robust curriculum in the 80s on Long Island.
No, he did not invent peanut butter. I mean, it's been around since the Aztecs at least.
Right.
But he was like hugely, I mean, the contributions he had to agriculture were bigger than coming up with the idea of peanut butter. So he was like very influential, but I think that they don't know how to explain to kids like he's the one that figured out you have to put like nitrogen in soil to get certain things to grow. And so they're like, hey, he came up with peanut butter. And it's just like, nah, he did apparently do a lot for like the peanut industry. And part of it was putting out a book with like, hey, here's all the shit you can do with peanuts. And, drove some people wild. They'd never imagined so many things you could do with peanuts.
Could never imagine. You know what? The first peanut butter and company factory.
Yeah.
Opened in 2003 in Greenpoint, Brooklyn.
Wow. Huh. Where was it?
The Greenpoint section of Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
according to my source, prweb.com.
It might have been in like a super fun site, and maybe that's why they don't want to talk about.
Or maybe it's just a press release that is just has four sentences about that.
Tell me which blog it was on. What's there now? Peanut butter and jelly, Tim, were first combined in the early 1900s, but the sandwich didn't gain widespread popularity until the 1960s.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
In our parents' lifetimes?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that strikes me as the type of thing that was probably like a regional thing first.
Right.
For like a while. And then, like I said, it was around in the early 1900s, so... The idea was out there, but I guess...
didn't catch on.
Just took a little while to catch on. Yeah.
It is very hard to find the address of this freaking Peanut Butter and Company factory in Greenpoint.
Well, they don't want people to go there and start...
the one that was open 20 years ago.
Yeah, start harassing whoever lives there now. George Washington Carver was known as the plant doctor and the grandfather of peanuts, not the father, the grandfather. He discovered many ways to use peanuts and innovative farming methods, including crop diversification and soil conservation.
Okay.
He became like famous I think he lived pretty long and, became famous within his own lifetime. So apparently like the last 20 years of his life, he was, famous guy. Walk into a restaurant. Oh, right this way. Oh, you'll be having the peanut butter sandwich, I assume. Jesus Christ. I want the steak.
Peanut butter coming out the wazoo at home.
Oh, the last thing I need is more peanut butter. If you like the show, you can find out more at tcgte.com. You can go there for all our social media, our Discord, our subreddit. If you want to be mad at Tim for calling you a loser, those are the places to do it. You can also check out patreon.com/complete guide, where this week we're starting a big one for us. My Side of the Mountain by Gene Craighead George. Yeah. Sorry. The classic, the grade school classic, My Side of the Mountain.
I'm excited about it. Yeah. You're prompting me to say something.
Yes.
It's a book we've been talking about for years. We both vaguely remember reading it in grade school, in elementary school.
We read it twice.
Yeah, I kept.
They were like, just read My Side of the Mountain.
All my memories of it are bonkers. I'm curious to see.
About a New York City boy who's sick of it all and runs away to live in the woods.
Yeah.
Will he make it? Find out at patreon.com/complete guide. Tim, you have any, you like weird shit like pickles and peanut butter and stuff, right?
Yeah, I've been making a sandwich, as described by Sam Sifton. I think that's his name in the New York Times. Peanut butter on bread. Pickles, sriracha, and so what?
It sounds so gross.
But like,
I'm not saying you're gross. I'm just saying it sounds like I'm intrigued.
Soy sauce
I'm curious.
For like umami,
salty flavor.
Yeah. Huh. I mean, think about it, Tom. Like,
so it's soy sauce, sriracha, and peanut butter,
and pickles.
Oh, and pickles. Okay. I mean, yeah.
Again, texture, flavors.
Yeah. I mean,
salt.
I guess that's. It's kind of like
I toast the bread usually.
Like I do like peanutty Thai dishes.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's like kind of, you're getting the soy sauce and the sriracha sauce. You're getting like some of those Asian flavors
it's just
in there.
Flavors, man.
Yeah. Well,
you gotta try some stuff together.
Yeah. Maybe I should try some stuff together.
Let's try some stuff together, Tom. I feel like we were very reductive, just talking about mostly peanut butter sandwiches here.
Mm-hmm.
And peanut butter is used in a variety of other things.
Like what?
My smoothie.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you have any specific examples? Yeah, it's mostly for sandwiches, or you can like make a sauce out of it.
Yeah.
But how else are you? And I eat a lot of it like just by the spoon.
Do you eat a lot of it by the spoon?
Not a lot.
Are you one of these guys where it's like, I'm watching my weight, so I'm just going to have one spoonful of peanut butter before bed?
It's more like, it's late at night and I'm like, I want a snack, but like not anything too substantial.
Yeah.
And I'm looking in the cupboard and I'm like, oh, what about I just stick a spoon in this peanut butter and just have a mouthful of peanut butter as a snack?
What about okay, Tom. Oh, that's only sandwiches. What about freaking ants on a log?
I was going to say ants on a log. Yeah. That's also pretty good. That's when you take a celery stick and then you put peanut butter on and then you put raisins and it looks like ants on a log. Is that
the only good use of celery?
You can put cream cheese in celery, too.
Yeah, it's too much cream cheese.
Or you can dip celery in blue cheese if you're having it with buffalo wings.
That's true.
Those are the only good uses for celery, though. And like Bloody Mary. I don't drink Bloody Marys, but...
I don't like Bloody Marys.
But some people do. And
you know what? I'm just going to come out and say it. Enough. I don't like Bloody Marys.
And are you going to say anyone who drinks Bloody Marys is a shithead loser?
Yeah, and then anybody who can't take a joke will get all mad about it.
Well, it's good to see that you're taking it in stride at least. All right, we'll see you next week.
That was a HeadGum podcast.